Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Hey, Dan.
Hey there, Veronica. We are wish casting as much sunshine into the forecast as we possibly can this week. But we'll talk about any possible complications there may be to that forecast as we look at our full forecast here. Here's a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf. We've seen the low clouds return tonight. This is going to be the cycle throughout the week as we get sunshine during the afternoons, but nighttime clouds. We're in northwest flow, and that's really not going to change ultimately as we head through the end of the week. There will be some changes in the weather, but the general pattern is not one of them. Here is the way that it looks right now in the bigger picture. Not much going on around the state. We've got high pressure ruling the roost out over the Pacific and a trough of low pressure digging in here across the Pacific Northwest, Northern Rockies, maybe even Northern Plains. Now, this isn't going to move all that much, but there will be some changes. We're going to get some waves that kind of move through this flow here over the next course of the week, and I'll talk about how that's going to work here. So initially, the trough is going to move a little bit to the east tomorrow, so that allows the ridge to build back in from the west. And overall, it looks like temperatures are going to rise about 8 degrees at mountaintop tomorrow. That's a number that I calculate. I feel like a lot of computer models don't do very well at calculating the temperatures inside the topography of the land. So once you get into the valleys and stuff like that, it's difficult, I think, for the models to really handle all of that resolution. So I just kind of calculate things to the top of the mountain, our highest elevations, and then I just use my experience here forecasting to kind of fill in the blanks below that. So what I'm seeing at mountaintop tomorrow is about plus 0.8 degrees Fahrenheit. That will mix down to some areas. Some areas are going to be 8 degrees warmer tomorrow. Some areas probably more like 2 to 3 degrees warmer, especially closer to the coast. So the ridge builds in from the west initially, but then the trough is still here. And then it kind of back builds a little bit, if not a little bit of a lobe on the backside of it, comes down the coast as we head into Thursday and Friday. So that's going to cool us back down at mountaintop, and we'll notice those temperatures much more cooler inland as we head into the holiday weekend. But that will be short-lived as well. It gets kind of reinforced Saturday before the ridge kind of starts to rebuild here across the west coast out of the weekend. So the general trend is to warm tomorrow, cool down into the weekend, warm back up through and out of the weekend. That's kind of what we're looking at. As far as rain is concerned, nada. We could see some drizzle with the low clouds, but with this northwest flow, we're a little bit drier. So we look at future track overnight and low clouds filling back in along the valleys. I think the model underestimating the extent of the low clouds. I think we'll have low clouds up and down the Salinas Valley, Hollister, Gilroy, etc. as you wake up tomorrow morning, starting your day. But that flow, again, bringing some drier air in, disturbing the marine layer into the afternoon, so we'll see some clearing across the bay. In fact, we should be mostly clear for most of the day tomorrow, outside of maybe 1 or 2 low clouds hanging around. You'll still have the sea breeze coming in, but for the most part, should be pretty nice. And again, we're warming up quite a bit aloft, so we're going to see that warming for most locations, even to the coast by a few degrees. Looking at your temperatures across the Santa Cruz Mountains, 70s to low 80s tomorrow, and down to the coast. It looks like we do get that southwest or northwesterly wind pushing down into the city there, getting you to 73 in Santa Cruz and 70 in Capitola. You will have a bit of a sea breeze. It'll be kind of fighting against it. So on the coast, you'll still probably be a little bit on the cooler side, but in town, certainly warmer. 80 in Hollister, mid 80s in the Santa Clara Valley. You'll feel it there. 70 in Watsonville, I should say. Low 70s back to Salinas, but still some 60s in Castroville and Marina with winds coming in off the bay. Onto the peninsula, still onshore flow, but a little bit warmer tomorrow, so we'll get you to 67, which is a few degrees warmer than the high today in Monterey. And then down south, we'll get you into the 70s, getting to the 80s by Greenfield and points southward. So a nice warm day across the inland south as well. Again, you may see some additional smoke from Camp Roberts if they keep doing the burns down there. 7-day forecast showing we're still going to see those northwest winds. Temperatures on the coast will cool down a little bit as we head toward the weekend, but still stay within a degree or 2 of normal, so nothing major. And then warming through the weekend. Right now, it looks like Memorial Day looking pretty warm. So we look at our inland forecast temperatures, again, heading downward. We'll probably see an increase in clouds Thursday to Friday as well before that upswing as we head through the holiday weekend. Veronica?
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Dan.